Hi, my name is Kathy DeNoble, coordinator of the RCIA and a sacristans. Today I just wanted to talk about one of my favorite saints, and that's Saint Jean-Marie Vianney. He was brought up as Jean Baptiste was his name. And he was born near Lyons, France on May 8th, 1786. He was kind of average in intelligence. He had instructors and such that always never doubted his vocation to the priesthood, but he really found learning extremely difficult, especially learning Latin, which at that time was something that you really needed if you wanted to be a priest. You needed to know Latin, but he found that to be excessively difficult. So while he was studying with the diocese in France, France went into war with Spain, and the head of France at the time, Napoleon, decided to withdraw the exemption for all of those who were studying for the diocese. So he was going to be sent to the war in Spain. But the morning that they were going to leave, he went to pray. And he went to pray, and when he came back, all the soldiers had already left, and he was all alone. He was almost arrested for deserting, but he talked to his superior captain, and the captain believed him, so he said, okay, just go on to your, find your soldiers, meet up with them. Well, along the way, another young man met up with him and decided he was going to guide him there to the where he was supposed to be. Except he didn't guide him there. He guided him to another area of deserters that had gathered. And one of the leaders of the deserters had talked him into staying there with them and being a schoolmaster. So for 14 months, he was a schoolmaster with the deserters. After 14 months, he was allowed to speak with his family. His father was not happy with him for being a deserter and ordered him to surrender himself. But in the end, it turned out that he has a younger brother, and the younger brother stepped up and said, offered to do his duty as a soldier for him, and he was accepted. So then the young Jean-Marie went back to study, and he resumed his studies, and then he was sent on to the higher studies of the seminary, where he failed his exams to enter the seminary. But after 3 months, he retook the exams, and voila, he entered and ordained a priest on August 13th, 1815, and then made a parish priest at Ars. Ars is just a remote French hamlet, where he became known as the Curé de Ars. And his chief labor at that time was the direction of souls. First, the people of his own parish became just mesmerized with him and how he was able to improve their lives. And pretty soon people from other parishes started coming to him. And then pretty soon all of France, people from far away were coming to him, and then from other countries as well, for spiritual guidance. And the last 10 years of his life, he spent like 16 to 18 hours a day in the confessional. And in 1855, the number of pilgrims coming to him each year reached 20,000 each year. Bishops, priests, the sick, people looking to discern their vocation, all kinds of people just sought him out for his guidance. He would sometimes be able to know their sins that they had neglected to confess for one reason or another. His instructions that he gave them were very simple. They were full of imagery drawn from daily life, like country scenes, but they were very full of faith. He led a life of complete simplicity and humbleness, and died at ours, his first parish, on August 4th, 1859. A few years ago, I myself have been helped by him. I prayed to him a lot because I had fallen away from our sacrament of confession and reconciliation for various reasons, and I know he was very instrumental in helping to bring me back to confession. So anyone who needs a little help in that area, pray to St. John Vianney. Eventually, he was made the patron saint of parish priests, and there is a beautiful life-size statue of him at the shrine if you go to the main chapel at the shrine. He's a beautiful saint.
Here are the conditions of discipleship. You have to take up your cross daily. You have to kind of give up yourself, deny yourself. And this sounds very difficult, right? I think so. It's a very difficult thing. So what does Jesus do? He knows this is difficult for us. So he shows us that it's worth it.